Good morning. Welcome to the Wake Up Call with myself and Alex. How's everyone feeling out of 10 today?
Account got banned. I'm going to say an 8.
He's better today than he was yesterday with no account. You love to see it. And you know me, always, if we're waking up on the right side of the day, of the dirt, it is a good day. Okay, so the top story obviously is Iran, and Iran had the red flag, the attacks, so to speak, were on the Israel, on the capital. So big stuff, not great. Crypto has been crashing because of that. But you know my thoughts. What are your thoughts, Alex?
Well, I made a video yesterday before Israel bombed Iran, and I'm just gonna for a second. People from that country and from a neighboring country will get offended if you call it Iran or Iraq. They'll say Iran, and I just probably pronounced it wrong too. So anyway, I'm just going to keep going. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So I made a video yesterday saying like, okay, we're going to look at the charts here, and I thought there was going to be a catalyst for a C wave on an ABC correction, and here we go. Is this the catalyst? World War III. Oh no! Sell your bags. Everything's going to zero. And I know you have in your chart. I'm sure you're going to put it in at some point. World War III, take 10 or something. So
right, how many World War IIIs are we going to get? But there was $335 million was liquidated from the crypto market in the past 60 minutes after the launch struck. To me, this is just market makers doing their thing. They will look for any excuse, humanly possibly imaginable, that they can, do their dirty work and steal from everyone.
Yes. Yep. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. So, just still getting used to this. All right, so the next big story is Shopify and USDC have partnered, and they're going to be looking to. So Shopify partners with Coinbase and Stripe on USDC stable payments starting June. Full launch at the end of 2025.
That's all right, listen, I don't want to say like that. This is huge, but this is potentially something like, could USDC and USDT benefit from things like that? And what's the benefit to everything that's going on in the bond market in the United States? I mean, they buy a lot of treasuries. That's just the easiest way to back their holdings. And so I'm envisioning what this could look like in the future, not just for Shopify, but for everything else. This is what the federal government, they passed something. I don't remember what it was called, but there's I don't know how to put this to words. They want the stablecoin market cap to explode, and so I'm sure thumbs up from their end. So
right, because the more that the stable coins, because this is a weird thing of like Ethereum, in that it's kind of a first mover advantage, if you will, of we have the sort of first mover advantage from Ethereum. So Ethereum stays around because it was first and it had the technology. And I think similarly to that, USDC and the US dollar and Tether might have a first mover advantage, because when cryptocurrency really started ramping and getting going, the US dollar had the strongest coin, and so therefore most of the market was flooding into the stable coins were back to the US dollar. So I think that the United States government has sort of figured this out. Yeah. And if they can continue to front run this and really do the on-ramping into cryptocurrency, that will really prolong the United States strength of U.S. dollar compared to the other currencies, because in what it really becomes is it becomes a derivative of a derivative, but it will strengthen the original derivative. All right.
Yes.
So the next big story is Walmart and Amazon plan to have their stable coin. So Walmart and Amazon are exploring launching their own stable coins. These are two of the biggest companies in the entire world. And I would argue that in a lot of ways they really control the entire world.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see what that looks like in terms of billions of dollars or trillions of dollars. So I saw an article title. That's all I know about this. But again, thinking about, all right, what's that going to incentivize them to do? That's going to incentivize them to also buy treasuries. And I lose sleep at night thinking about the bond market. I'll just be honest with you guys. You're like, seriously, who knows? Is this a thing? Is this a thing that's going to, I don't want to say save the economy, but maybe kick the can down the road for a decent amount of time? We'll see.
I would probably say maybe till, I don't know, 2029.
Yeah, 2029.
All right, so oil. Oil surges 6% because of the strikes with Iran and Israel.
Yep, get used to it. So we're going to be seeing oil spike a lot over the next decade, and I'm sure that's going to cause some very convenient conflicts all around the world. And so oil, gold, silver, commodities of all sorts, just this is the dollar valuation of those things is going to, the dollar is going to decrease in terms of its value in comparison to those things. So they're all going to get more expensive. But yes, that was a result of the strike on Iran, obviously. So sure, All
right. And with that, let's get into the charts and the coffee. I got my coffee here, so we'll start it off with Alex.
Yes. Am I visible? I can't see if I'm visible. Okay.
Your chart is up.
All right, my chart's up. Listen, I just want to keep it simple for now. I drew this green line out not a long time ago. Like I drew it out as soon as we lost this kind of upward trend line here. So we broke it convincingly, and so as soon as we broke that, I drew this green ABC correction as kind of a thing that I'm picturing is going to happen. And so I do believe that we're going lower. I do believe that we are going to put in a lower low in Bitcoin and in altcoins, and that's going to take a week, maybe two, not all that long to play itself out. The positive thing is that you can see it's playing itself out faster than how I thought it was going to go. And so, hey, you know what? We'll be out of this soon enough. And as far as my expectations are concerned. So I want to highlight this is a key difference between now and what I was talking about in December when I sold 40% of my crypto. We started a downtrend in December. And that's why I turned bearish. And that's why I sold. This is going to have every look and feel of a downtrend, and people are going to be saying that it's over. Pack your bags. Maybe we'll see you in October or something like that. But what I am saying is that this is different. This is different than that time. This is something that I am, from January to April, I was saying, do not buy the dip, do not DCA. Now I am saying different, buy the dip, DCA. Personally, I think that's a good idea. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. If we see Bitcoin putting in a lower low than this A wave here. So what is that? We got to $100,400. I think we're going to go a little bit lower than that, see it for a brief time under $100,000. And for altcoins, I'm sorry,
ETH will hold up strong against Bitcoin if this is how it plays itself out. A lot of altcoins in the short term are going to get pretty hammered, but you know, I'm seeing some very attractive entries on specific crypto that I'm interested in buying. I'm not going to go through all those cryptos right now, but I am expecting Solana to get down to best case scenario 136, or I should say worst case scenario, because I want it to go low. I want it to go down to 126. I want to load up big time at 126. But, you know, I'll start nibbling away at 136. That's just one example. I'll give another one because I've been keeping my eyes on this chart. VeChain, I believe, is going down to 0.001913, and that's going to be an amazing entry. And so, just my opinion, not financial advice. Hold on tight. Unique birds, why do you have to ask the same question about the same crypto every time we go live? I'll get to it eventually. All right.
All right. I'll give my thoughts. Okay, so let me ask you first. So in your ABC correction analysis, what is your targets for Bitcoin for the C wave?
All I'm saying is under $100,000. I mean, I could see it getting to the 200-day moving average, which around that time, and right now that's at 95.5. I mean, it's rising every day. So, you know, something higher than that.
Okay. I see. All right. So, I could see that. I am. Let me switch to my screen. Okay, so we got my chart up. All right, cool. So right now, Bitcoin's sitting at $104,600. I think I said, you know, last time that we dipped that 95 is on the table. But I don't know. The fact that like the war has already, like the big event has already taken place.
That's a fair point.
I don't know. I think that that's certainly plausible. But I'm just going to wait. Because as of right now, this is a higher low. And I'm not sure. I'm sure that like the market makers will do their thing, but right now how it stands with Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is just a higher low at this point. And then when we look at Ethereum, especially, it's still within that chopping range that we've been doing on, you know, so in May we went up to 2,800, back tested the bottom of the range again at 2,400, had a little retracement, had the bear trap all the way back down to 2370, which ultimately was just a more a macro higher low. And then we went ripping from that bear trap all the way back up to almost 2,900. And now we have back test the bottom of the range again. It's oversold, but it's not like criminally oversold. So yeah, I would say that it's plausible. But until we break this, I think on the you know, that steep uptrend, we've definitely broken that. But what I'm looking at is this sort of bull flag that's been playing out for Ethereum on the sign of strength. So that, to me, all my eyes are on Ethereum right now. I am looking to go long for sure. I bought some dips on XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. I like the prices at all these. Like I have the, you know, expectation that we could go lower. But with the major event, I don't know that that is the highest probability. I think it's definitely plausible that we're doing an ABC correction. The DXY quietly put in a lower low as well. And
DXY looks good.
Yeah, so DXY got all the way to 97 and made another lower low. And this is like a really macro time frame too. Like this is what is this, 5-year low? No, since 2022, March of 2022.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
So yeah, over a 3.5, almost 4 years, 4-year low for the DXY. Clearly still on a pretty steep downtrend, and I would make a case that this is distribution right here. So that could be something setting up. Gold is ripping right now, 3,400, almost putting in. I would say that this is a daily body all-time high. And you definitely see this. Gold definitely is the hedge against sort of like catastrophes and what have you. This is not good for crypto or stocks, but we're still at that top of the range. The micro 3618 and then the macro 2618. And my prediction for gold is we're just going to continue to chop at this range and do a long drawn out distribution phase. As far as the total market cap, it's still the same thing as Bitcoin. It's just a higher low at this point. Others, it's still a higher low. So I could see it making a lower low. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, that's, it's not going to happen. But I am a little bit, what is the word? Not skeptical, but optimistic, knowing that the big event has already happened. And not every single time, like nothing is gospel, but generally by the time you hear about it, by the time the event has already happened, the structural move has already played out. All right, so taking a look at XRP, same thing. Still just, it's been honoring this trend line here for a little while. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I am buying the dip, not super aggressively, but not just dipping my toes either. I'm making positions with the expectation that we could go lower, and I'm going to add to those positions. That's where I'm at right now. I'm not going to be greedy with adding to my positions. We definitely see that a lot of times greed shows up. People think that greed only shows up at the top, but I would argue that a lot of times it shows up at the bottom as well. And what that looks like is, and how that manifests itself is, people will have the idea that it's a good value, but they'll wait for an even better value. And then what ends up happening is they wait for the day that never comes. And I would say on the macro and even on the micro, we're still on an uptrend. Bitcoin couldn't quite make an all-time high here the last time, but it did make a body all-time high. No, it did not. That's a lie. Okay, so it was almost like a double top rejection here. So we'll see where this plays out. I anticipate us, like, generally the full moons, like like Alex said, that's your bearish energy, and what we've been seeing is those are the local bottoms. Generally, the local bottom was already in by the time the full moon happened, and if you were to count June 5th when we wicked all the way to 100, I think there's a decent plausibility that holds, and then we would kind of trend up into the 25th.
New moon on the 25th, is that
That's right, new moon on the 25th. So the new moons have been definitely more correlated than the full moons of the last 6 months, where it's almost on the day. The new moons have we've kind of topped out on the new moons. So we'll see. Maybe that's a little bit of hopium, but I'm not feeling I don't know how you're feeling emotionally about the market. I'm feeling invigorated because of TikTok, but I'm not feeling scared or shooketh from this, but it's hard to shake me though. Whoops.
Yeah, I feel fine. I mean, if your scenario is how it plays itself out, that sounds fine to me. I mean, either way, I don't want to say I'm hoping, I don't want to be like, balls of steel. I'm just so bring on the pain. I don't enjoy it in the moment, but my confidence is very high in Bitcoin and now Ethereum. I mean, the thing that I've been saying about Ethereum is just we've finally gotten to a point with Ethereum accumulation where I'm comfortable with just perhaps Ethereum's going to be doing something that Bitcoin's been doing for the last year and a half, is just more than a year and a half, really, since the bear market bottom, just climbing the stairs, climbing and grinding. I could see something like that happening with Ethereum, and that's better for altcoins if it's not just Bitcoin doing that, but Ethereum as well. If you switch to my screen, like everything with Ethereum looks really solid. I mean, I have Ethereum Dominance. It's in this channel. It was, man, I thought the other day it was going to break out. I mean, by lots of different metrics, it looked like it was going to break out the ETH dominance chart. Had that nasty wick above this trend line here. The ETH Bitcoin chart had a false breakout, but that was looking good. I mean, you really could adjust this and say, oh no, this is the channel, whatever. So this is where I was before, but that looks fine. Ethereum, the price, another one that I'm just like, all right, we had our moment where it looked like we're about to rip really hard, and then we got brought back down to earth, and so right now, okay, I'm comfortable holding 2 cryptocurrencies. Aside from, of course, Solnick and Fat Cat, let's sprinkle that in there. But I have a lot of confidence that the direction from here, especially when we factor in Ethereum and ETH's dominance and ETH in comparison to Bitcoin, that's probably the biggest thing we need to hear. Like ETH in comparison to Bitcoin, the direction is very likely up for Ethereum in its Bitcoin valuation. So
yeah,
one day at a time.
Yeah, I think we're going to sort of staircase our way up. My trend line looked a little bit different than yours, but it's very similar. I had the wick as a rejection when we went to 2,900. I had the body wick as a rejection on mine, and then basically the body wick. If you look on the daily, mine trends from the wick of May 25th, and basically this is just a body. You could call it support right now. So we'll see. Like, I want to get through the next couple of days and see how the cryptocurrency market responds. I think that there's a plausible scenario that we hold from this sort of uptrend that we've been working on, and it's a higher low. And then if that doesn't play out, then it would be Alex's scenario of ABC correction. And I think it's important to just have a plan in place for either action. But either way, I think we're both bullish right now. And we definitely, Ethereum has been staircasing its way up, and to me it's clearly already accumulated, and it's in a more macro uptrend right now, where it was in a macro downtrend from
yes,
when was that, December all the way through April, like most
ETH.
Go ahead.
Here's a way to think about this for those watching. Like, ETH is in an uptrend in every metric that you could measure it. It's priced in Bitcoin, it's in an uptrend. Priced in the dollar, it's in an uptrend. Priced against everything else, every other cryptocurrency, it is in an uptrend. That's what we want right now. I mean, we had Bitcoin just nonstop, and then everything else, including Ethereum, was bleeding against Bitcoin. Now it's like other things are bleeding against Bitcoin, but not Ethereum. So eventually, other things will not bleed against Bitcoin, and we'll get there. But
so what I've been saying too, and you know me, like, I am literally the biggest I literally am the biggest Ethereum hater known to man. But what I've been saying is that Ethereum, regardless of how much I don't like Ethereum, will absolutely, positively lead off alt season. And it's the old sort of metric of the money flow chart that a lot of people kind of abandoned. It became kind of popular, and then we abandoned it because of like the Solana sort of meme coin craze that took place. Basically, the money chart flow goes from Bitcoin into the very large caps, into the medium caps, into the small caps. And I would argue, like, quietly, that's what we've been seeing. BlackRock has definitely been selling their Bitcoin, and they've been accumulating more Ethereum than they've been accumulating. And I think that Ethereum, as much of a hater of Ethereum that I am, I'm not rooting against its failure or its demise or anything like that. I think it's going to lead off the alt season, whatever you want to call that, whether it's just a retracement or if it's some sort of euphoria. But I think Ethereum getting to 3,300 is going to kick things off and sort of get the ball rolling.
Yeah, I'm blown away. I haven't checked in a few days the accumulation from the ETFs for Ethereum. I think on June 11th, that was the highest accumulation day ever. I'm looking at the website right now, and BlackRock bought $163 million worth of Ethereum. That doesn't, if you monitor Bitcoin, that might not sound like all that much, because for Bitcoin, a normal day when they accumulate would be something like 500 million. Sorry, I wasn't looking at it on the screen I'm sharing, but I can share it. I'm sharing the tab now. So, but think about it like this. Okay, there are, I want to say 1,400 ETH minted per day, or 1,500. Sorry, Devin, because they're not mining anymore. And so I did the math on this in a video. $240 million worth of ETH bought by the ETFs. Let me think about that for a second. That's about 30 times. That's probably, give or take a few X's there, about 30 times the amount of ETH minted on that specific day was $240 million worth of ETH bought. There can be selling pressure. There can be things that happen in the market that will cause ETH's price to go down, but that's a significant amount that on days when ETH is in demand, that's going to prop ETH's price up more. And on days when there's sell-offs, it's going to cause ETH's price to not go down as much. And that's where we are right now.
Yeah. I mean, effectively too, functionally, even though Ethereum has an unlimited supply, functionally, I would say it's deflationary right now, especially with the ETH ETFs. So I don't know, man. Like, I think there's a huge narrative like that alt season's canceled and institutions are not buying altcoins and all this and that. Like, it's the Murray meme, like, lie detector determined that was a lie. I mean, when you look, you can literally see the inflows from Ethereum. BlackRock has quietly been selling. They started selling around when we went to 105,000, 108,000. They started selling their Bitcoin a little bit, and then they started accumulating more Ethereum.
Yeah, I mean, and that was for a few days, and they did sell a lot on May 30th, but they're still back. They're back to accumulating Bitcoin.
Right. Yeah, that's me myself says press the like button. What's the safest buys in your minds on this dip?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Or are you just?
I was reading the chat, but yeah.
Okay.
That was a question for you.
All right. So I am still in ABC correction mode, but even if that happens, I mean, like, all right, here's something that I have never noticed before. So total DeFi, this is a total DeFi chart. And am I sharing that? No, I'm not. Let me share this tab. And so total DeFi. This was brought to my attention. So I have a total DeFi chart and total DeFi dominance. And both of these look very bullish. But the big thing is that volume has ticked up incredibly with the total DeFi chart. So you think about DeFi, you think Aave. Aave, I'm just really high on right now. I was not even. I did take some profits on Aave, and I'm probably shouldn't have. But a lot of things like that. So I'm big on Pendle, and both of those do well when Ethereum does well. There's plenty of other ones, which, I mean, if you think about some solid DeFi projects with good tokenomics, that's probably a good area to get in on right now.
Yeah, so I've been a long that's been crushing. It was up 400% on Aave.
Nice.
And me, like, I'm not doing crazy leverage. I just kept sort of DCAing out of that position. I DCA'd in a little bit. I was in the red for a little bit. I think I was down maybe 15% at one point on that trade, and then I just kept DCAing. And then as it started ripping, I DCA'd out, and then I put myself to where I was sort of in a risk-free home run. I moved my stop loss up, but I'm probably going to add to that position. To me, the plays right now, it's just the money flow chart. It's the outside of Solnik, Kiki, Fat Cat, it's the blue chips. and that's where I'm looking to add
Yeah.
my positions on. I think I went long on Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and I think I'm going to add to my position on Arweave. I said Aave. I meant Arweave.
Really? Arweave?
Yeah, that's the one I'm up 400% on.
How are you up 400% on Arweave?
Because I 3x'd it at like literally. I've been holding it since April 7th. I've been DCing out.
So like since the bottom?
Yes.
All right, let's see. April 7th, it was 476. Now it's 599.
Let me verify. So at one point I was up 400%. Let me see what I'm up today. I haven't looked at it today. Hold on. Let me not lie. Okay, so today, and I'll send you a picture. I'm up 346%.
That's insane.
I'll send a picture to your Telegram. And I'm not like I'm using 3x leverage.
Yeah. I mean, more power to you. I mean, you bought at the bottom, you're definitely up. I just like, I don't even, why would you buy Arweave out of all of them? That's the thing I don't understand.
I just, I think it has good tokenomics in it. I just thought, I thought it was accumulating.
I didn't know about their tokenomics. I mean, one thing I will say about it is like
it has the same chart that I look for, you know?
Yeah. And it's been when it gets hot, it gets really hot.
Yep.
So there you go.
Look at that. Look at the I just sent you on Telegram. You could see.
All right.
Fact check me.
I wasn't questioning you all that much. I was just like, did you accidentally say the wrong crypto is what I was thinking.
Yeah. So here's for the audience. 3x long. I got in at $130.48, and it's currently at $281.
No, that's Aave.
My God.
That's the thing that was okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Sorry.
We're on the same page.
I was not on my own page there.
Okay, man.
Sorry, guys. I have not had my coffee. I was trying. We got a new system going. Listen, I'm going to give you every excuse in the book. We have a new system, and I'm still working out the kinks. Overall, I think it's going to be better, but I was not able to look at the charts this morning. But yes, sorry. Arweave is the one I'm up 346% today.
No, not Arweave. Aave.
My God. Somebody help me.
Yes, and Aave is just a beast. Guys. Yeah, I mean, like, you might be tempted to buy Compound because it's a competitor and it's a smaller market cap. Honestly, my opinion, not financial advice, just stick with Aave. They blow Compound out of the water. Fundamentally, tokenomics in every way. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that to answer the question, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking to add to, the playbook that BlackRock is playing. Like, do as they do, not as they say. And what are they doing? They are accumulating the blue chips. So I'm going to do the same. So not necessarily like I don't really have too much interest in adding spot on Ethereum. But I definitely have been trading Ethereum pretty successfully.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep sticking with the blue chips. VeChain, I've been crushing VeChain. I don't even want to say it. Arweave or Aave / one or the other. I've been doing well on XRP, Solana. I'm lying. XRP to me is a tricky one to trade. I both crush on XRP futures. Spot I've done very well, but I both crush on XRP futures and get crushed on XRP futures. Some of my biggest wins and losses are from XRP leverage trading.
Okay. It happens.
Yeah. Sorry for the confusions, everyone. Someone says AERO long term, now that they're integrating DEXs on the main Coinbase app, had a nice pump yesterday after that announcement.
Doesn't look too bad. It did a perfect back test of this of double level of resistance that it broke through. So yeah, sure. Arrow doesn't look too bad at all, but that's all I have to say about it.
That's all I really have to say about that. What is the inflation on Arrow?
Very high.
Very high.
Yeah.
Well, I would just advocate for just paying attention and making your analysis based off of market cap. Whoever looks like Toast. Just make your analysis based off of market cap. Market cap will tell you the truth, regardless of what the XRP army would insinuate. That is the true price. So if price is not parabolic, but market cap is, well, guess what? It's parabolic. And that's just the simple facts of the matter. We're measuring things in dollars, so that's that's my thoughts on Arrow. Apparently, according to William Watson. Functionality, it's deflationary in some way. I'm not sure. I'm not super
Arrow.
Yes.
Maybe I'm wrong about that.
I know, like, technically it's inflationary, but according to William, I've seen the videos. Actually, this is how we became friends. Is he did a rebuttal to one of my videos on Arrow, and I was just so I had so much respect for how he went about it, where he disagreed with me, but it wasn't like, this guy sucks and I hate him and all this and that. It was like he acknowledged the points where I was saying where I was correct, and then he said with logic, data, and facts why he disagreed. And I still don't necessarily agree with his analysis on Arrow, but I really respect how he did it, and that's how we actually became and friends. And then he started, just crushing it on TikTok until Big Brother had enough of that.
Yeah. R.I.P. William Watson. I mean, R.I.P. all of us. So
yeah. Apparently, it was me, you, William Watson. There was 2 or 3 others as well. I think it was who's the guy that took over for BitBoy, Josh.
Oh yeah, Josh and Jake.
Yeah, so he got
Did
banned.
he get banned? Oh wow.
And then there was another one too. There was
Blockchain Crusader got banned. I don't know. I don't remember who else. Plenty of people got banned.
Yeah, so I don't know. You know me. Sometimes I'm 25% conspiracy, 25% logic, as a blockchain backer would say. To me, I don't know. It's something is fishy about it. I've heard the stories of people going around trying to, basically hold people ransom, and then it almost feels
it's one guy.
It's one guy.
Yes. He messaged. Well, shoot. Well, I guess I'll say it. I don't want him to know that I saw his messages, because I blocked him without responding. But I did see he messaged me. Blockchain Crusader sent me images of the same guy. William Watson, the same guy, attacked him. I wouldn't be surprised if he was the same one who got you banned, but he just couldn't find how to message you or something. I don't know.
Bro didn't even give me a chance to ransom me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems almost fishy from a Big Brother standpoint too. It's like, yeah, he's their Agent Smith, but it just seems like there's some sort of collaborative effort to not have regular people be educated and informed. It's not like we all have the same opinions, or and that's great. But I don't know. It's pretty ridiculous, though. For my perspective on TikTok is like, I'm gonna keep posting on there, but I'm definitely going to funnel people to YouTube, where I've never had literally one video ever taken down. So,
yeah.
Does Ski do exclusive Telegram? Not what he says on YouTube.
You read that wrong.
Do as Ski does in exclusive Telegram, not as what he says on YouTube. I'd say the same thing, Dano. All right. What do you think, Alex?
What do I think? I mean, the format looks good, has some bugs that need to be some kinks that need to be worked out, but
we look 75% professional. Is this Fox News? No, it's your boy Ski and WW Bitcoin. So
It's the wake up calls news.
that's right.
Yeah, so I'm still working through the kinks. I see the potential on this format. I will fix it going forward. But, yeah, I think the potential is there. I just got to work through the kinks on everything.
Yes. Yeah. We'll be good to go.
All right, but I think this is probably a good place to end things off for today. Yeah, pretty spent just trying to get everything up and running.
Yeah. Well, I have some final words from my end.
All right. Jesus.
Okay, so, well, all right. To address unique birds, here's the deal. It is he month. We are doing that giveaway still. The goal, there were two goals with that. One was for he to outperform the market, which he is up, Solana's down. Goal number one has been met, and hopefully that'll be the case for the rest of the month. Goal number two was that volume would pick up, would be increased, and that has also happened. And so, as far as I'm concerned, he month is a success. And when the time comes, as always, when the market gets really hot, we will be there to take advantage of it. So whatever price targets I give, we really can't do all that much to explode in price when the rest of the market is going to be red like it's been for this month. Now, having addressed that, a couple of things that I want to say. Two crypto accounts on TikTok that I created after getting banned that I would love for a follow on. One is a regular crypto content account, WWBTC5. So World War Bitcoin number 5, WWBTC5. And then the other one is a DGen account, a trading and trying to ride waves of meme coins, whatever account, where I'm trying to turn $200 into $1 million, no set time period. And that account, I'm really proud of this name. It's called Fartcoin Maximalist. Did you not know that, Devin? But
that's funny.
Fartcoin Maximalist. I'm so proud of myself for having come up with that. But you know what? I've been killing it with my trades. So check that out. I've given some entries that have hit very well and some expectations as to what's going on with the rest of the market while trying to maintain very small goals. Right now, $10 a day is my goal of just making $10 a day because I'm trying to protect as much as possible that initial $200 investment. So WWBTC5, Fartcoin Maximalist. Anyway, what were you going to say?
I mean, that's an important point, too, is like,
yeah,
I say this all the time. Wealth preservation is equally, if not more important than wealth creation. The first 3 rules of making money are do not lose money, rule number 1. Rule number 2 is to see rule 1. And rule number 3 is to see rule number 2. Those are the first 3 rules of making money is don't lose money. So I am Skis Crypto on TikTok, SKEYS. And then also Skis Sports. My brother's been killing it, crushing it over there, so shout out to my brother, and so make sure you guys follow over there. I'm also on the Sonic account, so those are my main three on TikTok. I have a couple, but those are the main 3. I will still never message you to this day, even on Skis Crypto. So if a Skis Crypto or your boy Ski sends you a DM and says, how's your trading going? Guess what? I don't care. I do care. But I'm not going to message you. Any closing thoughts?
Nope, those were all I already shared my closing thoughts. So,
all right, guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow us on TikTok, YouTube. I'm on Instagram and Twitch. I think YouTube and X and TikTok for Alex. But that is going to be it for this time.